This is the most valuable ads training video that you'll ever watch for scaling your coaching business to 100K per month, just like I have for my other clients, as you can see right here. I promise that I'll deliver 10 times the value that you invest watching this video right here today. Because what I'm gonna be showing you is how you can scale from 10, 20K all the way past 70 to 80 to 100K per month. Because cold emails and cold DMs are a great way to get started and get your first 10, 20K. But if you wanna get to that next level, that 100K per month, you need to start relying on paid ads. At least from my own experience of scaling other coaches. So if you're an online coach ready to start scaling and getting more clients, then this is exactly for you. Let's get started. So what I'm gonna be going over today, obviously the results so that you guys can believe me. I'm gonna go over which specific ads work the best, how it compares to direct to VSL ads, actually scripting the follower ads, the creatives for the ads, actually launching those ads, scaling those ads, and tracking those ads. Cut off losing ads, when to kill losing ads, and also when to scale the winning ads and how to identify them. But really, the most important part of this whole system is the ecosystem itself. Okay, I'm gonna go very in depth on that. Now, let's get started with the results I've actually generated so that you guys can believe me. I'm not some guru online showing you some random screenshots. You can see we booked 60 appointments from just paid ads alone in 18 days. And then we booked 201 booked calls for another offer. And then as you can see, I scaled Ryan, a business coach, from 30K to 82K cash collected. Zach, an ecom coach, to 28,000, and then Joe from 0 to 100K per month, a real estate coach, and then a trading coach from 5 to 125K a month. Now that we got all that all away, I want to first of all explain the use of these Instagram ads. So you guys probably heard of follower ads, okay? Now, I want to first of all address why those ads work so well in comparison direct to VSL ads, because those are indirect ads. Those are what we call indirect ads, right? Now, before indirect ads, we used to have VSL ads. I'm not saying they don't work, they still work, but only for very big creators and creators who have, thousands of dollars to spend per day on ad spend. So you're competing with those type of people when you're running direct to VSL ads. Because let me explain first of all, right? With those type of ads, you're hard selling, you're convincing, and you're pushy. And because I want you guys to ask yourself, when was the last time you actually bought a high ticket coaching program from a high ticket, like through a funnel like this, right? So you watch a 3-minute ad, okay? 3-minute ad of a guy telling you, okay, this is, you guys are in pain point ABC, and this is how I got to, XYZ. I made 10K, 20K per month. Okay, a 3-minute video of basically that. Right? And then you clicked on it, and then you watch a 10-minute video knowing that you're being sold to, and then you fill in an application knowing that they're all there to financially qualify you, and to put you through a funnel and basically force you to book a call, and then you book a Calendly, and then you need to fill out another form. Obviously, we know this is not a business strategy call. Like we all know, it's a sales call, and you're basically filling out all this information knowing that they're just trying to make sure that you are getting qualified for the sales call. Like, please confirm your monthly salary. Please confirm your possible investment level. Like, this is all a very salesy, linear funnel, right? It's all very linear. There's nowhere else you can move out of it. And yeah, there's no connection that you're really having with the person himself, like with Jordan here, for example. I'm not shaming on Jordan or anything. But yeah, there's just no wiggle room for this person right here to get to know him better as a person. You just book a call and then you get sent some resources, and that's pretty much it. Now, there's no real personal connection as opposed to the indirect matrix ads. That's what I call it, matrix, because once you're within this ecosystem, you're in the matrix, you're stuck in the box, and you just get exposed to this creator a lot of times, right? This is what we call the growth. This is what I call the growth circuit ecosystem, because you guys know what ecosystem stands for, right? It's organisms interacting with its physical environment. So with these ads, with VSL ads, first of all, you're hard selling, you're trying to convince people, you're being pushy, right? As opposed to the indirect matrix ads, you're pre-selling people instead of hard selling people, because people are pre-sold on who you are, right? As a person, they know, like, and trust you based on the long form content, the short form content, and you are actually choosing who to work with instead of needing to convince people, right? And then instead of being pushy, right, and not giving people wiggle room and basically hand-holding the whole process for them to book a sales call. It's like a buy or die mentality with the VSL frameworks. You're attracting people, right? You're just asking people for a low commitment. So how this actually works with these indirect matrix ads is you have paid ads, right? Or organic, and you drive them to your Instagram profile. And once you drive them to your Instagram profile, they get hit with retargeting ads. I'm going to explain what this is later on. But basically, you are trying to get people to just do one very, very simple task and a very low commitment task, which is to follow you. This is a lot better than booking a sales call, right? Booking a sales call is a very high commitment, right? Giving another person a follow, typically on Instagram, you follow thousands and hundreds of people online, right? So what's another follow? So you get these paid ads and organic content mainly to follow you. So now you're in the IG ecosystem, right? Within this IG ecosystem, you have your long form content, right? And long form content is very important because, as you know, the 7-11-4 rule, if you guys don't know, it's a research done by Google that explains in order to turn a customer into a buyer, a stranger into a customer, is that they need to spend 7 hours with you of watch time across 4 different platforms and across 11 interactions. Okay. So long form content does really well in terms of the 7 hours, right? They get exposed to you a lot. They know you more. They like you more. And they also trust you more. Okay. Now, of course, they get seen, they see your short form content, for example, talking head reels where you give value, you show a lot more of your personality, you show a lot more of your character, and you also, for example, you can put some lifestyle content there, right? Like show people who you are behind the camera. That's really what most people need in this day and age. Like in 2025, we have a trust recession. Everyone's talking about it. People want to know who you are. People buy coaches nowadays. They don't buy coaching, right? They don't care what you sell. They want to have proximity to you as the coach. So another way that you can keep nurturing these people inside your ecosystem is posting stories, right? Instagram is the best platform to use in order for conversions, okay? Then they get hit with more retargeting ads. So what retargeting ads are? They're basically ads, very short ads that get you in front of your audience. Okay, so once they interact with your profile once, all they need to do is visit your Instagram profile, and then you can hit them with a bunch of ads, right? Over and over and over again for very cheap. So after this whole process, they get nurtured by your long form, short form, your stories, your highlights. Then there comes the IG setting process. So within the IG setting process, you can have a setter or you can have yourself in there, and basically you start conversations with your audience through Instagram. Instagram is the best place. IG. And then all you really do in these conversations is, you send them more proof. So send them your long form content of, for example, case studies, your VSL, for example, your VSL on YouTube. Basically another version of this, but less salesy. So you basically have it on YouTube. Okay, because many people, they tie YouTube to education, right? They don't tie YouTube to being sold to, right? However, when you have a look at this page, like, dude, you are being sold to, okay? Like you 100% know that. People are not dumb nowadays. So now you have proof, and then you send them to a booking link, and then they book a sales call with you. So that's the whole point of this, to book a sales call. And within the sales call, if you don't close them, right, they get hit with your retargeting ads, right? Because from the second they get profile visit, right, they're always hit with retargeting ads, and then they're always within your ecosystem. That's the whole point of this ecosystem. It's not like a buy or die mentality. If they don't buy, no worries. They get hit with retargeting ads. They're still following you, right? Unless you did really bad in your sales call and they just unfollow you, which is, shouldn't be the case. Because you shouldn't be pushy, because people who are going through this whole process to book a sales call with you should already basically be pre-sold, right? Into who you are. They know you, they like you, and they trust you. Okay. So if that's the case, they're still in your ecosystem. You didn't waste your dollars on your ad spend. Okay. And then, however, 80%, right, you should close. They turn into high ticket clients, 5K PIFs. Okay. As opposed to the VSL funnel, if you don't close them on the sales call, you're cooked, right? they're done. Maybe they get hit with a couple more email sequences and then they're lost like completely. And each one of these VSL calls are probably between $200 to $500 per book call, right? As opposed to these calls, which are anywhere between $50 to $100 per book call on average. Now that you guys understand why this ecosystem is so successful for online coaches nowadays, let me go to actually scripting these ads, right? So for these paid ads, we are obviously, you probably know them already, but it's called the follower ads, right? All we're doing in these ads is to provide value for and also hit their pain points in order and prompt them to actually give you a quick follow. That's it. That's so simple. We don't have to overcomplicate it. Okay. So starting with the hook, I'm going to go through the scripting right now. And then we're going to go through the retargeting ads. So starting with the hook, there's a couple ways you can do it. The best way I'm going to go through is in the bonus, but the first hook you can have, the point of the whole hook is to just stop them scrolling. Okay, we need to stop them scrolling because they're doom scrolling right now on Instagram. You have to imagine your audience, right? Audience's perspective. They're doom scrolling right now. Like, you need to capture their attention within like 3 seconds. So first of all, the desire. If you are, let's say, this is one of my clients' example, but if you are a, okay, let's use my client. So my client's a window cleaning coach. If you are a window cleaning coach and you want more consistent jobs, then listen up, right? That's an example right there. Okay, so call out your audience if you want the things that they want the most. If you want more consistent jobs, if you want multiple technicians, okay, then listen up. The things that they want, the desires. So that's hitting the desires for the hook. Second one's belief shift. So as an audience, so call it the audience, you already know that the best way to achieve the goal isn't the thing that they're currently doing. It's actually by, so you're shifting their beliefs on this new mechanism. So it hits like a light bulb for them. Now you guys can pick only one of these hooks. Don't do all of them, okay? Now the third one is pain. You're hitting the pain. So if you are the audience, chances are so the thing with this one is we're buying into their beliefs. So it's very basically like confirmation bias. If you are a window cleaning business owner, chances are you are probably relying on referrals and you're really good at what you do, right? But somehow you're still not getting seen enough, right? That's the biggest pain point. So that's another one. This is basically this, by the way. And then the bonus here, I think this is what you guys should all do, is actually go on Ads Library, right? Search up Ads Library on Facebook or on Google, and then find your competitors. So if you're in a trading niche, if you're in a business coaching niche, if you're in whatever niche, find the ads within your niche that have been running for at least 2 to 3 months and then take inspiration to them. Okay. The reason you want the ads that have been doing 2 to 3 months is because those are most likely the most profitable ones. Now, I want to give you guys one very important tip. Do not copy. Okay. Copying does not work. Facebook already seen those ads. They know that you're copying. Okay. Actually be creative, because when you're actually creative, people have never seen your ads before. Then it sparks something in them to take action. Okay. Don't have a high ego, guys. Like, actually listen. So don't copy. Second phase is pain. Okay. So we can do two things here. We can either put confirmation bias. So we buy into their beliefs and what they're currently doing and what they've tried, and we don't want to blame them. Okay. So for example, what we can do is basically pain. We're just calling them out even more, right? Calling your audience even more and specifying our audience that this is exactly for them. Okay. So for example, here we can be like, okay, let's say we're targeting a 9-to-5 doom scroller or like a college kid, right? You're probably trying really hard in life, but you're not going anywhere. Okay. But it's not your fault, because this is what you're always used to. For example, okay, just, buy into their beliefs. Like, what we don't want to say is you're bad at this. This is all your fault. Take all the responsibility. People hate taking responsibility for their lives. Okay. So we don't want to do that. We want to buy into their beliefs. Okay. And, tell them what they've tried before. You probably tried a lot of different side hustles before, and they haven't worked for you because of the business model, right? You've probably tried e-commerce and drop shipping, and yeah, it's simply a flawed model. Okay, so this is what you want to do. You want to confirm their biases. Another way that you can do in this pain point section here is list out the problems. You're probably, for example, you're probably stuck between 20K to 50K per month right now, grinding high hour weeks, and also stressed the fuck out. Okay, so that's another one that we can do. So list out their problems. The whole point of this pain point is to really speak to them, speak to your audience, and help them feel heard. Because when they feel heard, then they believe that you can solve their problems for them. Okay. Now the next thing you want to do here is mid CTA. CTA means call to action. So what you want to say is follow my page and learn how I use unique mechanism, okay, to achieve things that they want the most without their biggest pain points within the timeline. Okay, so give them a small CTA to follow you. And then after the CTA, you want social proof. Show them that you are who you say you are and the results that you've actually achieved, your best results. Okay, it's also how I helped John go from X to Y within this using my mechanism. And then also Abby from A to B, Okay, keep going. Now you want to have a final CTA. So if you're tired of grinding, blah, 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 and you actually want the thing that they want most, then go to my profile, drop a follow there, where I'll show you how you can benefit. Let's set the benefits, all for 100% for free. So give me a follow today and let's help you out. Okay. Just like that. That's it. That's the follower ad. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it very simple. Now, next thing is social proof ad. This is the retargeting ad right here. So these are very important. A lot of coaches, they don't actually like deep this, how important this is, because you spend 20% of your ad budget, but this will make up like 50% of your sales. Okay. Because you want to stay top of mind when people click in your profile, and you only spend very little per day on these ads, but they have a very high leverage. So basically, this is from one of my clients too, but basically all you're doing here is hook. So this should be your client, by the way. You're like either an interview or just like a talking head video of them, filming a quick video about you. So a thumb stopping hook, right? A relatable pain, right? And then second thing is you want to agitate the pain. So where were they before they got your help? And then the bridge, what was the turning point? Oh, so I got some help from Ryan or from you. My mentor helped me do this, and this. Okay. So what happened after that was I got X, Y, and Z results using the coach's XYZ mechanism, and then I doubled my business, whatever. Okay. So what was their after state of the transformation? And then the final CTA is for them to say, hey, so go work with whatever. Okay. So this is sort of the framework that you want your client to film. And of course, if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just, schedule a quick Zoom call where you can ask questions specifically that will lead to these sort of answers. Okay. It's not hard. If you guys need help, just let me know. Give me a DM on Instagram or book a call down below. So now the creatives, you can have all the best scripts and everything. If you don't have a good creative, you won't catch people's attention, and you also won't retain people's attention in order for them to actually follow you. So what you want to do for creatives is ideally please have an editor. Okay, if you're watching this video right now, you're probably an online coach doing about 5K at least. So please have an editor, right? Actually hire a good one, because you only need 1 or 2 videos for these follower ads. So yeah, all you want to do is basically create a story mode, basically. So you want to have script, you want to have your scripts, okay? Create a Miro board, something like this. And for every single line, I want you to break it down for your editor, right? On the screenshots that they should use, the media that they should use, and also a clear direction on how you want them to edit it and what you want them to see, okay? For example, you can tell them, I need a strong visual hook here, okay? And then I want, for example, implementing service agreements. When I say service agreements, put an actual picture of a service agreement and make it look good, okay? And then what you want to do also here is look at your competitors, see how their creatives are. And then you can see right here, a second one, a second or third technician. Please make a video of his technicians, and I'll upload another media for you, right? And put it there. So you want to help your editor as much as possible. And for creatives, guys, very important is you want to actually show people the results, show people the screenshots, show actual tangible things that they can see instead of telling them that, okay, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Okay. That's the most important part for creatives. And of course, it's also one other thing is identity. If you are a consultant and you're filming a video, okay, you don't need to go outdoors and do some fancy stuff. Okay. If you are a fitness coach, guess where you're going to be at when you're filming the ad? A gym. Wow. Crazy, right? So identify with your audience. Okay. That's enough said. Launching the ads. How do you actually launch these ads? How to set up the campaigns properly on Facebook Ads Manager. So let's say typically, if you're watching this video, you should have a budget of at least $100 per day. 20% goes to retargeting ads, 80% goes to normal ads, 20% you always stick this. Okay, this is done. This is set up. You have your retargeting ads, make 2 ad sets. So 2 client testimonials, stuff like this. You can have one that's like an interview style, and then one that's like a talking head like this of your client. Put them both at $10 per day. And then, yeah, if you need help specifically on how to set up on the Facebook Ad Manager, just let me know. I've done it before. So launching these ads, basically the first thing that you want to do for this $80 per day follower ads is the CBO campaign, meaning CBO, campaign budget optimized. Okay. So what this means is that Facebook will spend money towards the ad set that is winning, that is producing the better results. You want to have 2 ad sets. A broad targeting, you can use Advantage Plus or whatever, where you have no interest targeting, and then you want to have another ad set that's interest targeting. So for example, for me, it would be coaching. That's my interest. Entrepreneurship. That's for me personally, right? As a consultant. But for you, just make a couple of interest targeting, and you want your audience size to be at least, 1 to 2 million. Okay. Now what you do is these ads and these ads right here are the exact same. Okay. However, ad 1 is different from ad 2. Ad 2 is different from ad 3. Ad 3 is different from ad 4. And the only difference here is just the hooks. So all you do is change the hooks. Keep the same body. Keep the same CTAs. Keep the same creatives. Just change the hooks for 5. You can do 3 to 5. Okay. Up to you guys. Now you want to wait 3 to 4 days. And then you want to find the winners. The winner, meaning which ad set got the most spend. So if ad spend, let's say Facebook was spending, so let's say 3 days, meaning $240. Let's say Facebook spent $180 on ad set 1, and then, oh shoot, maths, 9, 10, and then 4, 5, 6, $60, I think, on ad set 2, then okay, kill this one. Scale this one. Okay, scale ad set 1. So you want to scale broad targeting. Keep this targeting right here. And then which ads got the most spend? So let's say out of 180, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just say 80 got spent in ad 3, and then the rest were like the rest. Okay, you kill the rest. Keep ad 3 on, and then keep this broad targeting. Keep this campaign running like this. Okay. And then make sure this ad is spending around $25 to $100. And then you keep scaling this as long as it's, your quality is good. Okay. Now what you want to do, okay, as you can see, $25 to $100 per day per ad. Now what you want to do is take the interest-based targeting, create 3 different hooks, keep the same hook. So pick one of the hooks here. Keep the same hook, do another hook, do a 3rd hook, and then either do a different body and then change the body. Do 2 types of bodies, okay, for each hook. And then, so body 1 is the same as body 1 here, which is same as body 1 here. Body 2 is the same as body 2, same as body 2, okay? So create 2 different bodies and then create 2 new hooks, okay? And then, of course, kill the losing hooks after 3 to 4 days. And then keep repeating the process of scaling until you find that winning ad. Now, how do you actually scale? Okay, you keep this, by the way, please. So you look at the cost per follower. Everyone's looking cost per followers. However, I don't think, in my opinion, you guys should focus on the cost per follower and all these metrics. What you really want to focus on here is the quality. I want you guys to analyze the quality of the leads that are actually coming through. How are the profiles? How is the intent, right? How are they financially qualified? Even if you're spending $20 per follower, if they're highly qualified and you're booking a lot of calls and they're converting, really what you want to be focusing on in terms of quantitative is the ROAS, the return on ad spend, okay? Now, once you find a winning ad, just like this one, for example, ad 3, okay? You want to scale the ad spend by 20% every 3 to 5 days until it fatigues, okay? Ads will always get fatigued. It will eventually dry out, okay? This means in the meantime, you have to keep testing the winning ones, okay? Easy. Now, how do you track? I have this whole tracker that we use, ad spend, profile visits, follows, yada, yada. Okay, so this is very important to track all your ads so that you know how much you're spending and how much you're getting actual out. Okay, if you're not tracking your ads, then I don't know how you can scale, right? Because you don't know your numbers. So if you guys want this tracking sheet as well, just hit me up on DM, DM me the word tracker. Okay, and then I'll shoot it straight over to you guys. But yeah, for right now, this is exactly the whole model of scaling your coaching business to 100K per month, just straight off of these simple, very simple ads. Okay. But if you guys want me to implement these ad systems or even sales systems, I'm very good at sales systems and processes to scale your coaching business to 100K per month. You want me to implement it for you and pretty much help you out. Book a call down below. The first link is down in the description. And also, if you want to have a chat, you can DM me on Instagram as well. Okay. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys next time.